Hello dear friend, and welcome to On This Day SMR with me, Edward Hertz, where we take a look back through history at events which took place on this day. The rain is gently pittering and pattering away on the window, and the fire is crackling away nicely in the hearth. So put your headphones on, sit back, relax, and let me take you on a journey back through time. Today is Thursday, the 14th of March 2024, and we have 40 events to cover, going all the way back to the year 1074. Starting with the most recent event, which happened 3 years ago in 2020. Burmese security forces kill at least 65 civilians in the Langtaya massacre. 5 years ago in 2019, Cyclone Idai makes landfall near Beira, Mozambique, causing devastating floods and over 1,000 deaths. 7 years ago in 2017, a naming ceremony for the chemical element nihonium takes place in Tokyo, with then Crown Prince Naruhito in attendance. 16 years ago in 2008, a series of riots, protests and demonstrations erupt in Lhasa and subsequently spread elsewhere in Tibet. 17 years ago in 2007, the Nandigram violence in Nandigram, West Bengal, results in the death of at least 14 people. 18 years ago in 2006, the 2006 Chadian coup d'etat attempt ends in failure. In the same year, Operation Bringing Home the Goods, Israeli troops raid an American-supervised Palestinian prison in Jericho to capture 6 Palestinian prisoners, including PFLP chief Ahmad Sadat. 29 years ago in 1995, Norman Fargard becomes the first American astronaut to ride to space on board a Russian launch vehicle. "36 years ago in 1988, in the Johnson South Reef skirmish, Chinese forces defeat Vietnamese forces in an altercation over control of one of the Spratly Islands. 42 years ago in 1982, the South African government bombs the headquarters of the African National Congress in London. 44 years ago in 1980, LOT Polish Airlines Flight 007 crashes during final approach near Warsaw, Poland, killing 87 people, including a 14-man American boxing team. 45 years ago in 1979, Aliyah Royal Jordanian Flight 600 crashes at Doha International Airport, killing 45 people. 46 years ago in 1978, the Israel Defense Forces launch Operation Litani, a 7-day campaign to invade and occupy southern Lebanon. 52 years ago in 1972, Sterling Airways Flight 296 crashes near Kalba, United Arab Emirates, while on approach to Dubai International Airport, killing 112 people. 57 years ago in 1967, the body of US President John F. Kennedy is moved to a permanent burial place at Arlington National Cemetery. 60 years ago in 1964, Jack Ruby is convicted of killing Lee Harvey Oswald, the assumed assassin of John F. Kennedy. 63 years ago in 1961, the USAF B-52 bomber crashes near Yuba City, California, whilst carrying nuclear weapons. "73 years ago in 1951, in the Korean War, United Nations troops recapture Seoul for the second time. "79 years ago in 1945, the RAF dropped the Grand Slam bomb in action for the first time on a railway viaduct near Bielefeld, Germany. 81 years ago in 1943, in the Holocaust, the liquidation of the Krakow ghetto is completed. 82 years ago in 1942, Ann Miller becomes the first American patient to be treated with penicillin under the care of Orvan Hess and John Bumstead. 85 years ago in 1939, Slovakia declares independence under German pressure. 93 years ago in 1931, Alam Ara, India's first Tolkien film, is released. 98 years ago in 1926, the El Virilla train accident, Costa Rica, kills 248 people and wounds another 93 when a train falls off a bridge over the Rio Virilla between Heredia and Tibas. 101 years ago in 1923, Charlie Daly and 3 other members of the Irish Republican Army are executed by Irish Free State forces. 103 years ago in 1921, 6 members of a group of Irish Republican Army activists known as the Forgotten Ten are hanged in Dublin's Mountjoy prison. 104 years ago in 1920, in the second of the 1920 Schleswig plebiscites, about 80% of the population in Zone 2 votes to remain part of Weimar Germany. 121 years ago in 1903, Pelican Island National Wildlife Refuge, the first national wildlife refuge in the US, is established by President Theodore Roosevelt. 123 years ago in 1901, Utah Governor Heber Manning Wells vetoes a bill that would have eased restrictions on polygamy. 124 years ago in 1900, the Gold Standard Act is ratified, placing the United States currency on the gold standard. 139 years ago in 1885, The Mikado, a light opera by W.S. Gilbert and Arthur Sullivan, receives its first public performance at the Savoy Theatre in London. 160 years ago in 1864, Rossini's Petite Messe Solennelle is first performed by 12 singers, 2 pianists and a harmonium player in a mansion in Paris. 230 years ago in 1794, Eli Whitney is granted a patent for the cotton gin. 244 years ago in 1780, in the American Revolutionary War, Spanish forces capture Fort Charlotte in Mobile, Alabama, the last British frontier post capable of threatening New Orleans. 267 years ago in 1757, Admiral Sir John Byng is executed by firing squad aboard HMS Monarch for breach of the Articles of War. "350 years ago in 1674, the Third Anglo-Dutch War. The Battle of Roenersvoort results in the Dutch East India Company ship Wapen van Rotterdam being captured with a death toll of up to 300 Dutch crew and soldiers. "361 years ago in 1663, according to his own account, Otto von Guericke completes his book Experimenta Nova ut Vocanta, Mac de Bergica de Vacuo Spatio, detailing his experiment on vacuum and his discovery of electrostatic repulsion. 377 years ago in 1647, in the 30 Years' War, Bavaria, Cologne, France and Sweden sign the Truce of Ulm. 434 years ago in 1590, in the Battle of Ivry, Henry of Navarre and the Huguenots defeat the forces of the Catholic League under Charles, Duke of Mayenne, during the French Wars of Religion. 950 years ago in 1074, in the Battle of Mogorod, Dukes Giza and Ladislas defeat their cousin Solomon, King of Hungary, forcing him to flee to Hungary's western borderland. So that is all we have for today. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope that you found our little trip back through history both relaxing and informative. If you did indeed like the video, please consider giving it a thumbs up and also consider leaving a comment below. All feedback is very much welcome. If you haven't already done so, please consider subscribing to the channel. It will really help the channel grow and will ensure that you are notified of future videos. Be sure to turn on notifications so that you are notified of future videos as soon as they are posted. Thank you again, and I hope to see you next time.